Welcome back to my 5 favorite people. Hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. We have some new updates to give to you guys. I have 2 new buys that I bought. Then we also have some market updates I want to go over. I've been noticing some things with ULTY that I wanted to bring to you guys just bring to the forefront. Because I feel like it doesn't want to get talked about because people love to talk about the good news of ULTY and not necessarily some of the bad news. But that's what this channel is here for. So if you guys like content like this and you want to see more of it, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and also let me know in the comment section if you like videos like this and what other videos you guys plan to see in the future. Let me know. Let's go ahead and show the portfolio really quickly, give you guys an update as of today. It is currently September 18th. It is 10 a.m. And this is how the portfolio is looking. Market opened up and we are looking great. So currently we're up 1.64% today. On the week, looking great, up $500. And on the month, we are up to 500. So let's see, compare ourselves today, up 1.64. Let's check SPY really quickly before we get into some news. And somebody actually told me in my comment section that I need to talk a little slower. I'm not gonna lie, I probably will not talk slower because for some reason this is just how I've talked all my life. And if I feel like if I try to talk slower, I feel like it doesn't sound right. So we are ahead of SPY about a percentage, so that does look great. Now let's go ahead and jump into some of these buys really quickly that I did, and we're gonna go ahead and update the chart, and I'll show you guys some of the news because we got some news that is coming some news that did come out that we need to go over. Now, first buy that we did was an ULTY buy. I want you guys to see. Currently, now we are sitting, our actual average cost did go up about a penny. I added 200 shares at the $5.62, which picked up at about $1,124. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my chart, and then we're going to adjust everything in here. Now, I think with this actual buy, I think we will be able to get the crossover to the $1,000 of monthly income, because here it is right here. We are currently making $961.51 monthly with our dividend ETFs. So I think with the update, we should be able to cross over to that value. So let's update ULTY. So the current price value is $5.63. So $5.63. And then our current average price paid, okay, it actually stayed the same, which is very good to see. Now we're sitting at $2,565.37. So 25.65.37, 25.65.37. Boom! Look at that. That actually raised us up to the $1,000 mark milestone, which is absolutely insane. For ULTY, we are now making $949.87 per month, which is great to see. But this is the first buy that actually came in. You guys can see my share goal is still the $7,500 share goal, which will bring us a little short of about $3,000 per month. Now, I did also make another buy. You guys can see the market value is now $14,430. We are currently up as well, so the NAV is doing great for me right now. ULTY itself is actually doing really well. So what I did to last night is I waited for the actual share price to drop, because remember how I was telling you guys the actual share price of ULTY, it drops whenever dividends are announced. It's dropped so that way you can actually pay dividends out. But it actually, it had a little drop. I told you guys it was going to go down to 60, which it actually got down to $5.61. I said $5.60. It did perfectly that. It hit that and actually rebounded off a little bit. And it's actually making this little curve way back up. So I'm not going to lie. I think ULTY could potentially here in the next couple months get back to that $6 range. Now, I think we stay between this $5.50 range and the $6 range for the end of this month. The end of the fourth quarter. I think we're going to have a strong winter due to the fact that we do have lots of interest rates coming in. Interest rates cuts coming in. But the only problem that I see, and this is what I want to talk about, I'll actually lead into this before I get into my next actual buy that I bought in, was the volatility. Now, if you guys have not checked, I pulled up, this is TradingView right here. This is the actual volatility chart. Now, this is just for the S&P 500 index, nothing too crazy. You guys can know, that there's other indexes out there, but I'm just using the S&P 500 for a brief overview. Now, we did have a huge spike back here in April with the tariffs and stuff that was going on, but we have not had much volatility. And you guys can see it's kind of been trading sideways ever since, but even sideways, it's slowly, like here's 20, it slowly starts to trickle its way down, all the way down to 14. And then we get almost into 13s. Like we're starting to go sideways and down. So with lower volatility means lower premiums. If you know anything about that, we want higher volatility, and that's not looking too good. Now, I will say ULTY actually is holding its dividend yield pretty well. We did get a dividend announcement. It has not updated just yet. I was going to show you guys the dividend history, but it has not updated. It will update most likely at the end of today, whenever the market closes. But it was still 9 cents. I think it was 9.3. I'm pretty sure. So it did hold that 9 cents range, which is good to see. We don't want to see it keep dropping, but we also love that the actual NAV value is going upwards, because if you guys check on the actual chart, we've been in this huge downward slope, and everyone's saying that it's ULTY's horrible, it's not good, it's not going to pay you, it's not worth it. Now, I will say, even with the actual downward pricing NAV, I'll say even if you take a huge 40% cut to your actual overall NAV value, your portfolio value. Let's say we take a 40% cut. Now it is about an 82% yield, so you're still going to actually reap a 40% return, which is absolutely insane, I think, if you compare it to the S&P 500. But some people do not like to see that huge volatility. I know some people are a lot older, they're in retirement. They don't want to see their money losing value at all. They don't care how much dividends coming in. They don't want to see any money going into the red, which I completely understand. But I just wanted to bring it up. But with that being said, I used my best friend ChatGPT over here, and I asked it a simple question. I just said, how does the actual how does the volatility affect, income, yield max ETFs? Pretty much, really just any income ETF. Doesn't really matter. It's yield max, NEOS, whatever it is. I just asked it, how does volatility affect it? You guys can see it just talks about what is yield max. But here it is right here. Role of volatility. Option premiums rise with volatility. Yield max ETFs can earn income mainly from selling options. When the market volatility is higher, option premiums are richer. This means that the fund collects more cash, boosting the distribution yield, which you guys know, whenever there is more volatility, we get higher payouts. The double the volatility, the double the payouts. Lower volatility equals lower yields. If the volatility drops, option premiums shrink and the fund generates less income, so monthly distributions can decrease. And with that being said, I am bringing that back to say for ULTY, we want to see some increased actual volatility. Now, I do think that it could be a 50-50 chance. I think that we maybe could see more volatility with these interest rates cuts, or we also could see less volatility with these interest rates cuts, because people could be maybe putting their, I don't know. I feel like ULTY is on more of the better side, because it's more of a risk. It's more of risk. I really don't know. I think it's going to be a time in the market thing. Like, I feel like we're going to have to just see how the market pans out, because I know we are going to get another interest rate cut. Now, the interest rate cut that we did get yesterday, that was already into the market. It was already factored into the market. Now, I think that into this next upcoming Fed meeting, that will probably determine, because I'm not sure if we're 100% sure if we are going to get an actual interest rate cut here. This next one, it'll be another 25 basis points. I'm pretty sure. It could be 50, but I'm expecting another 25. But yeah, that was a volatility chart. Sorry, I got a little off topic right there. The next buy that I actually did buy was YMAX. And before I actually jump into that, I want to show you guys my new coffee cup I just got. Take a look at this. What do y'all think about this? Not sure if you can read it. It's probably like inverse on the camera. But yeah, I got this thing on Amazon. I'm absolutely loving it. It actually keeps your coffee like super hot inside. There's like an aluminum inside. It's actually very nice. I love that coffee right there. Okay, so the next buy that I got was YMAX. I picked up about $1,000 worth of YMAX. I think I picked up about 70 shares. Yeah, I picked up exactly $1,000 worth, 77.64 shares at $12.88. Now, what this did was it did pull up my average cost, because I had $1,000 before here, so it did pull my average cost up just a little bit. But let's go ahead and update the chart so that it will reflect this. Let's see. So currently, YMAX is making right here, $41.31 a month. Let's go ahead and update this really quickly. So first thing we're going to do is change the actual share quality. It is now 159.46. So let's change it here. I forgot that fast. 159.46. 159.46. And then we're going to change the current price, $12.88. I need to close that other tab over there. $12.88. And then we need to change my average cost now is $12.73. So now we are now making $80 in income, which went up double. So currently, here is the updated value. We are sitting at $1,000.73 per month. And I think I have my yearly income. Oh, I thought I did. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll show you guys what it would look like yearly. So we're going to do this one. Take this, we're going to multiply this times 12 so we can get that yearly income. Maybe. Okay, I think I just absolutely broke the Excel file. I literally put a basic formula in, and I don't think it could take my formula. Okay, well, either way, just know we're making about almost $12,000 a year in income, which is absolutely amazing. But you guys can see that is the buy. Everything is looking great. We do have some distributions that will be coming out, or announcements that will be coming out here at the end of today, so we can see what we actually got from all our dividends. I will be making a video here tomorrow that will go over, just how I plan to reinvest all of my actual, dividends that have hit my account. Now, also keep in mind, like I said, I am making a video here soon of how I plan to invest my full paycheck. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe button so that you guys can get the notifications. Make sure you guys even have the bell notification on. I promise I'm not going to spam your feed. I post one time a day. I don't post a whole bunch. But I will be making a video here soon with exactly how I will be actually managing my actual paycheck and also using margin to increase my yield, dividends, and get me a better average cost on a lot of my ETFs. So if you guys like content like that, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, and do it your best interest. I will get you guys here soon. Hope you guys have a great day.